the outskirts of Dumbarton just now, but over on the right hand side there you'll see there's a car garage. It doesn't look anything special, it's just like a little sort of old run down sort of dealership car garage, and there's a house directly next door to it on its left. Enough just now folks. Are you alright temperature wise?
Thank you.
All good at the back? When you look right up the loch, and it's beautiful. I've seen it myself, you know, it's really cool. Myself and my wife Lynn, we've got a really old camper van, and when I say really old, it's about 24-year-old now, but we went up last October up to the very north coast of Scotland to that. There was a lot of solar flare activity at that time, and we were just sitting up there and it was amazing to watch, you know, like all the northern lights. Has anyone else ever seen them before? No. It's not quite what you see on YouTube when people do the time lapse and stuff like that with a camera, because with the naked eye you don't really see the colours as vibrant as what you do through a camera lens, but it was still clearly obvious that's what it was. So as I say, Helensburgh is where the fault line starts in the southwest, and that's a way down if you were to go left in this roundabout. So once you drive through this roundabout and you head up for that, you're classed as being in the Highlands of Scotland after that, because this is a sort of foothills towards the Highlands just in front of us. Can't really see them at the moment unfortunately because of the clouds just now. But if you were to be over at the viewpoint on the east side of Loch Lomond, where it's kind of raised up over the other side over there, when you look directly north you can see that there's a lot more sort of mountainous areas where the plates all shifted on the Earth's surface many years ago. And when you look behind you back towards Glasgow, you can see that all the hills are all sort of just grassy slopes and stuff like that. They're not mountainous really at all. Closest you've got to that is probably the Old Kilpatrick Hills and then the Campsies as you head down sort of northeast. And I'll be in Scotland before you. And a lot of people see this as a happy version of the song because this was recorded live at Stirling Castle by a band called Runrig. But the story behind the song isn't quite so happy. Or that, I'll tell you what it's about just in 2 minutes or that. But if you look on your right hand side just coming up here, one of the families that own a lot of the land up here is the Cahoon clan. You know, a clan is just Gaelic for family, for that, and like associates and friends and so on. It's a sort of loose term really. So that's the Cahoon coat of arms up top of the gates there in the middle. And the Cahoons, as I say, they own a lot of land there. The big house that they had in there is now the golf course clubhouse. They don't live there anymore, for that, but they did for many years previously. And you know, I was saying there's 32 islands out in Loch Lomond itself. Well, on one of the islands we have wallabies that came over from Australia. Obviously it's the offspring of the original ones now, but Lady Cahoon in the 1920s or so went over to Australia on holiday and she fell in love with wallabies and brought some of them back to Scotland with her. So we actually have wallabies on one of the little islands out there. As I say, obviously it's not the original ones anymore because I think wallabies only last, like lifespan wise, round about 20 years or so. So obviously it's the offspring of the original ones that are there now. So the ones that are there now are proper Scottish wallabies. They bring iron root. So, yeah. Behind all the sort of dark green trees there. It's about 974 metres to the top of that one.
This is Loch Lomond in Scotland.
my advice and got some, right? The only disclaimer to that is that if you don't see a difference in yourself after drinking it, so all this land all up this area here, this was all McFarlane territory all round about here. Is anybody related to the McFarlanes at all? Anyone got any family tree? No? None? Well, the McFarlanes were known for stealing cattle, things like that. You know, they were cattle rustlers and so on. But that little island out there, that's known as Tarbet Isle, just that little small one just on the right hand side now. And supposedly what they used to do was, if there was anybody in the McFarlane clans who had just been newlyweds, they'd just get married, they would put them over on that island for 7 days with just enough supplies to last them, you know, for the full week. And then as long as neither the guy or the girl came back early, then they knew that it was going to be a good marriage. But if any of them come back early, then they thought, oh, that's going to be trouble in the future. 1700s and so on. As I was saying, this is the main road to the Western Highlands of Scotland that we're going round just now, you know, which, depending on where you come from, some people might find that quite hard to believe because it's so tight and windy and you've got huge trucks passing by each other on both sides of the roads. Just roadworks or something going on here. It's very deceiving. This one's called. If you look through the trees, you should be able to still see the sort of remaining walls. What was McFarlane's castle was on that little island just out there just now. Through the summer months you can't usually see it because all these trees end up, you know, blocking your view, but you can see it just now. The big building on your left hand side, this is a hydro dam coming down, you know, from up the hill up there, just on the left. So the hydro dam generates all the electricity for all the places all round about this area here.